Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here, Friday, October the 27th. We continue with the Epistle to the Romans, chapter 7. I know that nothing good dwells within me, that is, in my flesh. He's talking about his disordered flesh, of course, infected by sin. I can will what is right, but I cannot do it. For I do not do the good I want, but the evil I do not want is what I do. Now, if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I that do it, but sin that dwells in me. So I find it to be a law that when I want to do what is good, evil lies close at hand. For I delight in the law of God in my inmost self, but I see in my members another law at war with the law of my mind, making me captive to the law of sin that dwells in my members. Then he says, who can save me from this body of death? Thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So we sometimes falsely think or conclude that St. Paul is letting himself off the hook, by saying, well, it's not me who's doing it. It's actually the sin within me, therefore I'm not personally responsible. No, that's not what he's saying. Paul would never say that. He's just recognizing that there is this conflict, this battleground, this war, this field of war within our own selves, that if we don't take seriously, if we don't acknowledge it for what it is, will continuously lead us down the wrong path. And in fact, we are responsible because it is a part of who we are. We have a defect in us because of sin, because of original sin, our personal sins, our venial sins, our character faults that we don't correct when we succumb to them. So laziness, let's say, sloppiness, just a quick breadcrumb trail sort of idea. If we're lazy and we're sloppy in our room, we're like pigs, we don't pick up after ourselves. It can easily transfer into other disciplines, other areas of life. So the house becomes messy. And we don't find it within ourselves to make the sacrifices to pray. And as a result of not praying, we're more susceptible to temptations of the flesh, whether it's eating or eyes or ears or whatever. See, a lot of these things, if we don't take them seriously, if we don't sort of correct them, they can lead to other major problems. And so St. Paul is saying we need to address these things. We need to see the sin within our own life, and then we need to thank Jesus Christ who has saved us from this, and pray for faithfulness every single day. Okay, over to the gospel. We're still continuing with St. Luke. Jesus said to the crowds, when you see a cloud rising in the west, you immediately say it is going to rain, and so it happens. And when you see the south wind blowing, you say there is going to be scorching heat, and it happens. You hypocrites, you know how to interpret the appearance of earth and sky, but why do you not know how to interpret the present time? So, our Lord is saying, you see the signs, right? You see the signs in the sky. We conclude these things, we see them enough. Okay, A is equal to B is equal to C. So A plus B is equal to C type of thing. So we can see this, and this. And if it happens over and over again, we can say, well, that's going to happen. Jesus is right in front of them. He's doing all these miracles. He's doing the teachings. He's giving the teachings. He's doing all the miracles that the prophet said the Messiah would do. And they see it over and over and over again. They see it over and over and over again. But they won't say, well, this is what's going to happen. He must be the Messiah. Or at least asking the God of Israel, if this really is the Messiah, please open my heart to believe that he's the Messiah. Maybe because we can't conclude simply by human reason. It is a gift of faith, right? That he's the Messiah. But at least we can see he's performing the signs over and over and over again. And okay, if he's doing that, then ergo, and Jesus is saying, so you can tell the weather, but you can't tell what I'm doing. All these things that no human being, no creature could do, I'm doing them over and over and over again. So you and I need to we need to pay attention to the signs that are around us. The signs of God's grace that are around us. And ask Jesus for a strengthening of faith, in him as Lord and Messiah, as Lord and King. God bless you.